Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I need to tell you a story. A few days ago, I was traveling, and traveling is taking a lot out of me right now, and I was tired, and travel ain't like it used to be. I knew I had to give a lecture that night, and for me, lecturing in the evening is difficult because my best hours are early in the morning. So I said, well, I'll get in and I'll just take a nap and everything will be okay. The company that I was working with had been going through a big transition. They had people who'd been there for decades and then people who'd been there for months. And some of these brand new people, they were moving into positions of management, and these were really happy, grateful folks who hadn't seen management positions before. The company director said that some of these people had not traveled outside of their small towns, and they certainly hadn't been to a high-level beach resort like we were going to be staying at. So I checked in the room, and I was preparing myself for the lecture, and then I said, I'll take a nice long nap, and when it's time to get up, I'll be refreshed. I opened my balcony door because I was right on the ocean, and there was the sound of the ocean coming in, the breeze. I opened the door and let the sound of the ocean come in, and the waves and the smell of the salt air, and I laid down. And shortly after I lay down, I could hear all this ruckus coming from next door. They were partying hard. It felt like everybody who was going to be at the conference was in the room next door. And it was loud. Their balcony door was open, and I could tell that they were real happy. And I could tell that they hadn't been to a hotel before, because every time they saw somebody they knew on the beach walking by, they were yelling out of the room to those folks, "Hey, is that you? Yeah, that's me. Yay!" And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to call somebody. I don't need to call somebody. I'm going to knock on this door, this adjourning door, and let them know they need to be quiet. And then something inside of me said, maybe it's you who needs to be quiet. Maybe it's you. Maybe the issue right now at a beachside resort is the person who's trying to go to sleep in the middle of the day while everybody else is trying to live their life. I was like, oh. I put my earbuds on, listened to Keith Jarrett. I didn't go to sleep, but I was able to relax. I gave the lecture, and it was wonderful, a room full of really beautiful lights. And I thought to myself, what if I had acted out like that, and that person next to me was at that conference? I got in my room, and it was quiet, and I realized they were still downstairs at the party. So I had the night to go to sleep, but I had an early wake up, and I was going to be catching the first flight out. So I went to sleep. About an hour later, I was awakened to that loud party. The party had come back, and they were in full form. Smells were coming under that door, and I was like, ooh, now I really need to call somebody. That same voice was like, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Maybe the loud noise is inside of you. I knew those smells that caused me migraine headaches and asthma attacks. I used my inhaler. I put a towel under the door, and I just sat with it. Sometimes the partiers, the revelers, the joyful folks in the season of Lent, they're not the problem. Me not being able to enjoy their joy, to not be happy for them. Because if it is their first time at a hotel, I should be rejoicing, because I know what a first time at a hotel feels like. I asked for forgiveness, and I prayed that they would see all the joy they needed to see. I fell deep asleep for like 2 hours, but that's all I needed, to be reminded that we are here to love and be loved. Listen, babies, everything is not a fight. Sometimes it's just a party. I love you.